I view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 9.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
And now out comes Minnesota. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
3 down. Hey, check.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
57, Mike, 57. Hey, I'm coming after you. 57. Hey, Echo. 57. Check. 57 the mark.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He sets to fire deep. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Whip. Watch the whip. Raider 1. Hey, Raider 2.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Flush to his right. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now, 185. Low. Hey, watch the slant. What?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it.
Let's go.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
57's the mic. Watch 50. Lean up, 48.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams. An 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Wilson snags it left side. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Carr. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. again, they'll throw with Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Oh, he bowls over it. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Carr. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
6-18.
Carr. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Carr on target to AB, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. On 2nd and 12, Carr. Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And now out comes Minnesota. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Cousins on first down. And Calvin Benjamin's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So we've reached halftime in a low scoring. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this week 3 matchup. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And this belongs to the Vikings. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Good route there. 5.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, Haywood.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Running for it, here's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 10-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation?
The extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 21-yard line.
To Hunt! Where are you? 57 to Mike.
Cousins to throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. You know, the running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Mike 57. You remember me? You remember me?
Cousins now. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Down. 280. 50.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Flushed out right. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run it again with Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Right there.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 13.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Man open left side is Brown. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game, even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They start the drive with Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Down. 180. Line 50.
Carr now on 1st down. Oh, he's got his man open out of the backfield. And all the way down to the 39. A big play that time for the Raiders. 42 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was a target, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he locates Luke Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Into the red zone, it's Carr. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Here's Jacobs. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Here's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. You don't want that. Hey, wahoo!
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. His pass caught at the 4. Now Brown, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Go, go, go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
First down, here's the run with Cook. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. With it is Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Cousins to throw. Going deep for Benjamin. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural,
yeah, but I like where we're going with this. You say one.